Everybody's good. I think everybody's ready to hear me. Let me make sure I'm all set and nice and fresh. There we go. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh. Thank you for joining me for another live stream here on a Saturday night. And it's a little bit different than most of our live streams have been, as we've been kind of had a one early live stream of college hockey with UMass Lowell and with the, of course, how should I say this? Oh yes, the UMass Minuteman, I should say. But we've been mostly live streaming the New England Patriots, so to speak. But tonight we're going back to the ice. The Bruins have their third game of the year against the Buffalo Sabres at TD Garden. So, welcome to the very first hockey night on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I want to thank you guys for joining me as always. Before we get into it, don't forget to share the live stream on social media, leave a like down below, and make sure to leave little comments, questions, or anything in between in the YouTube chat so you can get involved in the stream as best you can. We'll get a look at the starting lineups in just a sec, but before we do, want to thank you guys for your support as always of the Game Time Boys YouTube channel, especially with the vlogs recently that have been coming out and have taken a switch from behind the scenes of my broadcasting to my adventures of Riverhawk Hockey, which a new one will be coming out this Thursday on the channel. So be sure to stick around for that. Let's see if I can make sure. I just want to make sure I got something up that is ready to go. No, that is not it. I want to make sure. Let's see if we can do this. That right there we go. Perfect. All right. Because I want to make sure I'm able to see you guys and what the chat you have. All right. Let's get into it. First, we're going to get into the starting lineups tonight. First, we'll go with the visiting Buffalo Sabres. Give the away team something to talk about here. First line, it will be Yuri Kulik in between Tage Thompson and Jason Zucker. Second line, Ryan McLeod in between Alex Tuck and Jack Quinn. Third line, Peyton Graves in between Justin Danforth and Josh Doan. And the fourth line of Tyson Kozak in between Mason Gersten and Beck Mallinston. That's the forward line for the Buffalo Sabres. On the defense, it's Rasmus Stalin and Bowen Byram. Second, Connor Timmins and Matthias Samuelson. And on the third defense pair, Jacob Bryson and Ryan Johnson. And in between the pipes for the Sabres, Alex Leon will get the start tonight for the Buffalo Sabres. Now for your Boston Bruins. First line, Elias Lindholm at center in between David Pastrnak on the right and Morgan Geekie on the left. Second line, centering Casey Middlestad in between Victor Arvidsson on the right and Pavel Zacha on the left. Third line, Fraser Minton, the OT hero from the home opener against Chicago. He'll be at center with Michael Esimont and Tanner Janot on his either sides. And on the fourth line, Sean Corrali, who's been back in Boston after taking a trip to Columbus. He's back in between Mark Kaslik and Morat Koznadinov. That is going to be a tough one to say all night long. Your defense looks as such. Charlie McAvoy right next to Mason Lohrei on your first defense pairing. Henry Yokiharu right next to Nikita Zadorov. That is your second line pairing. And your third, Andrew Peak on the right. And on the left, in for the injured Hampus Lindholm, who, an update from the Bruins, has a lower body injury that was nothing to do with the injury that he suffered last year that kept him out for most of the regular season. Just a completely different one. They're keeping him off for precautionary reasons, and he is day to day. So that's good news. But taking his place on the blue line, a local kid and one that from a place I know very, very well. The Haverhill, Massachusetts native Jordan Harris will get his first start of the season. So congrats to him. And in between the pipes, the $8 million man, Jeremy Swayman, gets the start for the Bruins. So those are your starting lineups. Puck Drop will be underway in just a little moment, and we thank you for joining us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel for some hockey night in Boston. All right. Like always, let you guys know in the chat of what your thoughts are on the game, what your thoughts are, what might it be, any questions you might have, and we'll see how it goes. Hi, everybody. Yes, goes bees indeed. Shout out to all my viewers who are watching. And shout out to my mom, who is the first member in the chat. Mom, thank you for joining us as always. And I know that you're joining us, which means my dad cannot be far behind. So shout out to you guys as my parents for showing your support and watching as always. So we are just about set to get underway here and for the first National Hockey League live stream here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel, as we've done one college hockey, but mostly NFL live streams, which, by the way, while we have a moment, just to let you know, I'm pulling double duty this weekend. So we will have you from start to finish for 60 minutes of hockey here tonight. And then tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we will be back for another live stream here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Patriots, who have traveled down to New Orleans to take on the Saints, we will be back at 1 o'clock for that matchup. So set your calendars for that. We are just about set to get underway here. I know that we have a lot of Bruins fans normally in the live stream, so I will assume so. As much as me, I have my Bruins jersey on. But two people to keep on your radar: Alex Tuck and Tage Thompson, two of the very best for the Buffalo Sabres, but also might be on a plane to Italy for the Winter Olympics for the USA. So keep a mind for that. Tage Thompson, number 72, Alex Tuck, number 89. Keep an eye out for those. For the Bruins, more than likely, many players going, but for our sake in the US of A, Charlie McAvoy and Jeremy Swayman. Swayman more than likely will be the third string goalie for Team USA, but Charlie McAvoy will definitely be on the top two defensive pairings for head coach Mike Sullivan. National anthem is in progress. Todd Angeli getting the crowd into it early, who has taken over for the great Rene Rancourt these past few seasons and has done an admirable job as such. A little known fun fact I want to let you guys know. I was at Rene Rancourt's last game as the anthem singer, went with my best friend Emily, so that was fun. So we will get to it. Alex Leon, like I said, the starting goalie for the Buffalo Sabres, stopped 29 of 32 shots in their 4-0 loss to the Rangers. Jeremy Swayman, on the other hand, 35 saves on 36 shots in the 3-1 win. Buffalo was 3-1 against the Bruins last season, outscored them 17 to 10. And Lindy Ruff's team hopes to do that again this year. Teams on the ice. Referee is in the circle. Fans are buzzing. Everybody's ready. So let's play hockey. The game is on. Puck will be sent into the Bruins zone. Charlie McAvoy back to retrieve it, puts it up the boards and out of the zone. It will go all the way down. Back to get it is Bowen Byram under pressure from David Pastrnak. Pass will come up the left side here, and Pastrnak will chip it into the far boards. Matthias Samuelson over to get it. Actually, no, excuse me. That is Rasmus Dahlin. He'll send it out the boards. Pastrnak picks it off, goes behind the net, tries to catch Leon. Set shot on goal. Easy save for him, and the Buffalo Sabres will look to counter. Charlie McAvoy now back forward. Up the middle of the ice, just off the stick of Victor Arvidsson, played over to the far boards. Morgan Geekie will dump it in, go for a change. Leon back to get it, moves it over to Matthias Samuelson. Samuelson across to Connor Timmins. Now pass off a Bruins player, but back to get it for the Sabres. Simmons, he'll send it up the boards, and Swayman will stop it behind his net. Jordan Harris with his first action of the night in a board battle on the far side. Casey Middlestad looks to get, and now pass will come to Pavel Zaka. Zaka will look to skate. Pass in the middle Arvidsson will leave it for Middlestad. Middlestad will play it off the far board. Zaka will go to get it. Arvidsson with a shot. Leon will block her it away. Now pass into the middle, and Ryan McLeod will come up with it. McLeod will go over, and now a shot goes just wide. McLeod around the boards, and it will go out of play with 18:21 left here in the first period. Well, thank you guys for joining us here for some Bruins hockey on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and I'll be providing commentary for you guys tonight as an alternative option to either broadcast. So I thank you for joining me here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Faceoff will be to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Alfred Comp just drop the puck, linesman, as getting thrown out was Peyton Krebs. So Justin Danforth will take this face-off against Fraser Minton, the OT hero, the other night. And a shot from the point was deflected and it'll go out of play here. Beautiful night for hockey here. If you look on the defensive for the career totals, Mason Lohrei with his 121st game, 9 goals and 37 assists for him. Back underway here as the puck is sent up the boards and taking over are the Sabres. Pass will come to the far side here. Josh Doan in a board battle there for the Sabres. Puck will come back to the point. Moved over to Jacob Bryson. Bryson with a shot will go wide. Puck behind the net. It'll come back to Bryson. Bryson will send it around looking for Peyton Krebs. Krebs will get support here. Now the pass out in front and a shot from the point. Glove there from Jeremy Swayman, and he will hold with 17:33 left, and we will have a meeting of players, but nothing doing here early. Thank you, appreciate it. Yes, this was a very nice shirt. I honestly could not tell you. Oh no, I do know where I got this. This was a Christmas gift from my grandmother, my nana, for the 100th centennial year. So shout out to her for this lovely present. I make the joke all the time that most of my wardrobe are either presents and lovely presents from either my dad or my grandmother. I would say probably 90% of my wardrobe has come from them. So it's actually amazing. But here's the thing, and here's the interesting note. I will show you guys this in just a sec. I want to make sure I got the time all set. 17:27. If you look, and I don't know if you can see this, I'll stand up for just a sec. It is actually a Brad Marchand jersey. So this was a while ago. So that is tough. But, you know, I look more so of his departure as a misguide on the front office, as a shot from the point from Bowen Byram goes out of play. Yeah, Marchand leaving, I see less on him and more on the incompetence of the Bruins front office. So that is not on him. And now, was I cheering for him to win a Stanley Cup? Absolutely not. That was not the case. But we move on. As the puck will come out in the neutral zone, Bowen Byram has control and he'll look to go cross ice to Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin will wind and looking for a play here. He's going to drop it back and picking it up is Tage Thompson. Puck will go in on Jeremy Swayman and he will hold for a faceoff with 16:54 left here in the first period. Rasmus Dahlin, defenseman for the Buffalo Sabres, has 253 points, and that's just since the 21-22 season. That's the sixth most by a defenseman in that point. The Buffalo Sabres captain. The broadcast is showing a shot of Tage Thompson, who more than likely will be on his way to Italy to representing the U.S. in the Olympics. Puck will come out of the zone, gave Pastrnak, try to go cross ice to Morgan Geekie. He'll battle on the boards. Pastrnak will dump it in. Leon will push it over. Elias Lindholm in a battle there with Jason Zucker. Now the pass back into the Sabres zone, and they'll look to counter. Zucker will fire it over to Thompson. Thompson, the big guy, will get support here, but good play there from Morgan Geekie. Will pick it off, and he'll fire, and he's got Pastrnak going. Pastrnak on left, trying to shrug some people out. Goes on the backhand, saved by Leon. Pastrnak shed off a check and got a backhand off, but it was not very troubling. And now here comes the Sabres the other way. Tage Thompson will dump it in. Andrew Peak back to get for the Bruins. He'll fire it around. Minton in a battle there. Now Peak behind the net. Peak is in a battle with Jason Zucker. Lindholm back for support. Lindholm will go around the net to Minton. Minton up to Geeky. Now back to Minton, and he'll circle back. Minton back for Peak. Peak will shovel it up the boards. Victor Arvidsson will send it in deep. Leon back to get it. Will fire it around the boards. It will come out to neutral ice here, and a pass will find Ryan McLeod. McLeod with the backhand now in front that was blocked. Pavel Zacha will chip it out further, but now McLeod will get it back. McLeod over to Quinn. Quinn with a shot goes wide. Arvidsson in front of the Bruins bench now. Casey Middlestab will pick it up. Middlestab with a pass finds Arvidsson. Arvidsson down Broadway, and a shot is held by Alex Leon. I don't know if a Marco Sturm shirt might be because you know what? I don't mind having this because this is a very special jersey. I will say that. It's the 100-year anniversary jersey. So I don't care who's on the back of it. Like I don't want to be one of those guys that gets a new jersey like every so often. This is a very, very special jersey, and I do appreciate who got it for me, and I just love the design of this jersey. So I think this will probably be my jersey for a while now. But the thought has crept into my mind. Puck now in the Sabres zone. Battle on the boards here. Will be sent around the boards over to get Mason Lohrei. Lohrei back around the net. Middlestat in front, but picked off by the Sabres, and they will look to counter. Justin Danforth with a backhand into the Bruins zone. Tanner Jeannot back for it. Now, puck dribbled out in front and never really got to Swayman. And puck sent around by Mason Gersten. Puck picked up there by Bryson and kicked over. Now Mason Lohrei back for it. He'll try to get up the boards. And a battle here between McAvoy and a Sabre. Now puck will be flipped out, but only as far. And now Leon will come out of the net and he'll try to bank it out. Mark Kastelik in a battle here. Sean Corrali will go over to Fraser Minton. Minton will go down low. He'll find Kuznetsov. Morat go to Peak. Peak with a shot goes wide. Minton, another shot. Actually, no, excuse me, that's Jordan Harris. Now Harris will get it at the point. Take it off the boards, put it down low. Kastelik tried to go to Corrali. Harris with a pinch. High pick that's gloved down by Tage Thompson, but he left the puck. But the Bruin unable to give in. Now here come the Sabres back the other way. Now a pass over, unable to connect with Tage Thompson. That came from Jason Zucker. Kuznetsov will send it in. And a wind up and a fire by Pastrnak. Got behind Leon and just sneaked out the back door. Sabres back forward, and they will had in 12:45 left here in the first period. Swayman will send it over. Pastrnak tried to leave it for Geeky. Now a pass and a shot got deflected. Never reached Swayman though. Bruins in their home zone now. Pass up the boards and out, but then sent right back in. And Yoki Haru on here with Nikita Zadorov. They will switch out. Morgan Geeky on the far side, try to backhand it in front. Now, pass up the middle, but Lindholm will pick it off. He'll send it right back in. Over to get it is Morgan Geeky. He'll send it around the boards, goes past Lindholm. McAvoy over to get it. Sends one out in front. A shot by Geeky, saved by Leon. Fifth shot on goal for the Bruins. Mason Laura tries to dump it back in. Took a funny bounce. Casey Millstat will try to go to get it. Now a backhand out in front, and it'll go into the Bruin zone. Justin Danforth in for the Sabres. He'll battle with two Bruins, McAvoy and Zaka. Now pass out in front, just hops the stick of Josh Doan. Middlestat heads over to Zaka. Zaka drop past to Middlestat. Middlestat back for Zaka. Zaka will take it around the net, fires it out in front, but unable to connect with anybody in black and gold. 11:20 left here in the first period. Bruins out shooting the Sabres 5-1, but have been unable to capitalize so far. Now here come the Sabres back the other way. Tyson Kozak send it around the boards, and nobody there as the defense pair were changing for the Sabres. Rasmus Dahlin will back up into his own zone. Dahlin looks for a stretch pass. No icing here. Swayman will come out to play it. He'll send it around the boards, and it get caught up in the officials. Now kept in by Dahlin. Try to back in out front. Pass will go into the Bruins bench, and we will get a stoppage of play. 10:33 left here in the first period. No score here between the Bruins and the Sabres here on the Game Time Boys YouTube channel. The name on the front is more important than the one on the back. I still think Miracle to me is the greatest. It's the greatest sports movie of all time, and I will debate anybody on that. It does help that it's based on true events, but I think it's the best. And I genuinely think it's the greatest sports movie of all time. For all my viewers here, I see we got 3 viewers already. Put in the chat. See if you can put in the chat. What is your favorite sports movie of all time? Let's hear you guys out. What is your favorite sports movie of all time? I want to hear what you guys said. Like I said, mine is Miracle. I thoroughly enjoy Miracle, and I've mentioned this. I look forward to seeing where the Miracle on Ice takes place because I'll be taking a trip to Lake Placid with my dad in November to see 2 hockey games, or maybe 4, uh, at the Miracle on Ice Arena in Lake Placid. UMass Lowell Hockey playing in a 4-team tournament, the Adirondack Invitational, and I'll be going to the Herb Brooks Arena. So fun, fun, fun trip that's going to be. We will get to your favorite sports movies in just a sec as we are just back here for the start as we have 10:33 left. If you are just joining us here, you look at some of the shots here. Pastrnak took a feed off the boards and snuck behind Leon, and then Morgan Geeky off a pass from Charlie McAvoy got a great opportunity out in front. So 2 high danger chances for the Bruins. Sabres only have 1 shot on goal, so 0 high danger chances. Faceoff will be to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Fraser Minton will take it against Yuri Kulik. Kulik will win the faceoff. Puck will come back to Bowen Byron. He'll send in a floater. Nikita Zadorov back for it. He'll send it off the wall and out. No icing here as it did not reach the goal line. Byram will shake off a check. Tage Thompson will pick it up. Thompson's got a man going in the middle of the net, but a deflection did never reach Jeremy Swayman. Shots are 6-1 Bruins right now as we are halfway through period 1. Tanner Jeannot, one against many. He'll send it around the boards. Alex Leon back for it. He'll leave it for Tage Thompson. Thompson to Dahlin. He'll go cross ice to Kulik. Kulik trying to go one against the world here. Charlie McAvoy will sweep it around. Lindholm go back to McAvoy. Mason Lohrei for it. Over to Elias Lindholm. Lindholm will send it in deep. Leon will stop it. Leon around the boards. Lindholm will keep it in. Tried to send it out in front. Now Pastrnak in a battle there. McAvoy on the pinch. Now Pastrnak downhole Lindholm. Lindholm trying to go McAvoy. And we are going to get a penalty here against the Sabres, I believe. And it's going to be, I believe, on Connor Timmins, and it's going to be a hooking. So, Connor Timmins, number 21, has 2 minutes. And the Bruins will get a power play when they come back. 9:19, Bruins going on the power play. This is Bruins Hockey on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I want to welcome you guys just joining us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I appreciate your support and joining us here. Let's check the chat, see what you guys decided was your favorite sports movie. My dad chiming in on the chat. He goes dodgeball. Dodgeball, I will say, very, very good pick and very, very good movie. It's very, very fun movie. Remember, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. My mom coming in, Kathy Walsh, she goes Hoosiers. Hoosiers, very, very fun. Very, again, based on a true story, but might have a little bit of Hollywood in it. My dad also came in for the love of the game. Very, very underrated movie, I feel like. Uh, Basically, for those of you who have not seen it, I won't spoil it, but it follows an aging pitcher on the Detroit Tigers, played by Kevin Costner. And I will just leave it at that. Very, very fun movie. Very, very enjoyable movie. I will say that. So, if you're just joining us, just coming back, Connor Timmins will head to the box for a penalty. So the Bruins will head on the power play. Morgan Geeky back for Charlie McAvoy. He'll go cross ice to David Pastrnak. Pastrnak in the middle, shot, never got through. And then Lindholm, I think, put a shot in that was saved by Leon. McAvoy back for Geeky. Geeky lets a shot go, took a deflection off a stick. I believe getting in the middle of that was Matthias Samuelsson. Now McAvoy in a board battle. Zaka behind the net goes around to Geeky, come all the way to Pastrnak. Pastrnak tried to go to McAvoy, but it is sent out, and now skating it out is Alex Tuck. He's going against Pastrnak, but Pastrnak breaks it up. Now here come the Bruins. 5-on-3 if they hurry. Geeky over to Pastrnak. Pastrnak dekes around to check. Will take it in the middle, try to go high on Leon. Puck still loose. It's still loose, and now it is covered up. And now we get a scrum here. Pastrnak tried to go high. Pastrnak, great play there defensively against Tuck. Then Bruins came in 5-on-3. Pastrnak make a deke, tried to go short side, and the puck was, well, we thought frozen, but then it was a late whistle. And then a crowd broke out in front. 107 left on the power play, 8:25 left here in the first period. Pasternak's still out there, but I think the second unit might have been out. Yes, so it is Mittelstadt, Arvidsson, Konstantinov, and Lohrei out there with Pastrnak. Shot blocked and out of the zone here. Mason Lohrei back for it. Lohrei with a drop to Kuznetsov. Now Arvidsson over to Pastrnak. Off the wall to Arvidsson. Arvidsson will chip it. Pastrnak will keep it. Shot from Lohrei. Pad saved by Leon. Middlestad firing it over. Over to Lohrei. Lohrei. Pastrnak loads up. Fires. Blocked. Pastrnak gets it back. Over to Middlestad. Passes in the middle and couldn't connect there. And the puck is cleared. Bruins out shooting the Sabres 8-1 so far, but have been unable to find anything. Middlestad into the middle. Couldn't connect. Now Middlestad will connect. It'll go right up Broadway. Pass over to Arvidsson. Back for Lohrei. Lohrei bouncing puck, tried to sell it. Now shot from the point goes just over the net. Middlestad. Lohrei. Now back for Middlestad. Penalty is up. We're back to 5-on-5. And puck will go down. No icing here. And Henry Yokiharu back for the Bruins. I'm up on 7 minutes left in period one. Mark Kaslik sends one off the side of the net on the glove side. Now Yokiharu winds, fires. I don't know if that hit Kaslik or Leon in front. Goes off. Now Leon has it in the glove, and he will hold. A whine and a fire from Henry Yokiharu. Did get through to Leon. He made a save while falling on his backside. Shots are now 9-1. Henry Yokiharu spent his first few years with the Sabres, had 19 goals and 62 assists last year for 81 points for the Sabres. Signed a 3-year deal with the Bruins in unrestricted free agency on that second pair with Zadorov. Faceoff will be to the right of Leon, won by the Bruins. Back for Jordan Harris. Over to Andrew Peeke. Wrist shot. I don't know if it got tipped, but it was blockered away by Leon. Puck up in the air. Kaslik will retrieve it. Now a wraparound attempt from Corrali, stopped by Leon. Back for Peeke. Peeke with a shot. Kaslik in front. I think it might have hit him. Never got through. Now Jordan Harris. Harris over to Peeke. Peeke will let a shot go. Hit some bodies in front and never really got through. Goes wide. Now puck out of the zone. Kaslik will retrieve it. Drops for Corrali. Corrali will let a shot go. That one goes wide and now on the back of the net. Kaslik back for it. Now a shot from the point goes out of play. 6:09 left here in the first period. Shots are now 12-1 Bruins. Got some more in the chat. Moneyball. Moneyball, very, very good one. The Blind Side. The Blind Side is a good movie. There's been a lot of stuff that's come out though about the real life situation between Michael Orr and that family, so that is interesting in and of itself. So I would say that the movie, I will say the movie is very, very good, but the real life situation is very. The Replacements, yes, the Replacements are very, very good. Chicks Dig Scars. I actually have a Shane Falco jersey that I love. The original Longest Yard. That's actually one I have not had a chance to see as a shot in on Jeremy Swayman makes the save. And Bull Durham. I I have a genuine question, and it's very, very interesting. I don't think Kevin Costner has made a bad sports movie. 3-on-1 for the Bruins. Fraser Min with a shot, saved by Leon. And he'll cover with 5:20 left here in the first period. So I have to put the original Longest Yard on my list of movies to watch. And Bull Durham, like I said, I don't know if Kevin Costner has made a bad sports movie. You look at him in Bull Durham, you look at him for the love of the game, you look at him in maybe his best one in Field of Dreams. So I don't know if there's been a bad one that he's done. So that is fun. So while we have a commercial break, I'll give you guys an update since you guys are here and are supporting on the live stream. It has been very, very interesting the last couple weeks. I've been off on broadcasting, um, mainly just for getting a day off. I did work 3 out of the first 4 weeks of the season. So my boss was very, very kind and say, take some time, relax, enjoy yourself. So enjoy it. I will be back October 24th, I believe. Yes, October 24th. Um, and I will let me see if I can find it and I'll get my schedule up for you guys. So October 24th, I will be in Malden for Malden Catholic versus St. John's Prep. And then October 30th, day before Thanksgiving, I will be back at Malden Catholic for Malden Catholic versus Severian. And then I will be off until Thanksgiving Eve while I'll travel to Shrewsbury for Malden Catholic versus St. John's Shrewsbury. So that is my schedule coming up. So I will be posting commentary highlight on Monday. Um, I don't know if it'll be which live stream it'll be. We'll see how the results come about. So commentary highlight on Monday, game time voice report on Wednesday, and Riverhawk hockey vlog on Thursday, with shorts on Tuesday and Friday to follow. Puck now in the Bruins zone, just to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Sent around by Josh Dome, picked up by Victor Arvidsson. He'll go back to Mason Lohrei. Lohrei over to Arvidsson. Arvidsson chip it in. And now we'll go back to the point. Peak over to Jordan Harris. Harris with a wrist shot. Took a deflection but goes wide. Arvidsson back for Peak. Peak could keep it at the blue line now. A pass, shot deflected. Jordan Harris will pick it up. Harris back for Zacha. Shot. Score! Pavel Zacha on a ripper from the point gives the Bruins a 1-0 lead. Giving a huge assist to Jordan Harris. And for Pavel Zacha, that's his first goal of the season. And Jordan Harris will pick up his first point of the season as well. So finally, the Bruins able to break the ice on their 14th shot of the night. Pavel Zacha, whose name has been floated in trade talks for some reason, gets himself on the board here. Again, the Bruins, they say 14-1, but the Sabres have had a second shot on goal. And now some talking between Nikita Zadorov and Mason Gerston. Gerston 6'4", 231. Zadorov 6'7", 255. And Gerston came over and had a conversation with Kastelik after the goal. Then Zadorov came over to register a complaint. Oh, my bad. So 3:49 left here in the first period. And tempers starting to get a little feisty. Face-off will be in the neutral zone. And sent into the Bruins zone. Mason Lohrei back for it. He'll go to McAvoy. McAvoy fanned and then got tripped up, and there's going to be a penalty on the Buffalo Sabres. It's going to be a trip. And McAvoy, a little, I wouldn't say worse for wear, but it is going to be Yuri Kulik who will go to the box for a trip. So the Bruins will go back to the power play. McAvoy back out and skating. He'll be on this power play unit with Zacha, Pastrnak, Geeky, and Lindholm. Sabres will win the face-off, but Geeky will push it along. Puck will come back to the point. McAvoy tried to send it over to Pastrnak, but broken up by Alex Tuch, but Pastrnak will get it back. Fires in the middle of the Lindholm, able to control it. McAvoy, Pastrnak lets one rip. He was probably looking for a tip, didn't put as much on it. Geeky, back for McAvoy. McAvoy, now over to Geeky. Geeky, back for Pastrnak, a one-timer. Saved by Leon. Puck still loose. It is still loose. Battle here. And it'll come out of the side. Pavel Zacha back for it. Back for Pastrnak. Wrist shot. Took a deflection. Saved by Leon. And unable to connect was McAvoy, but now Pastrnak. 120 left in the power play. McAvoy had to hop over his stick and goes out to the neutral zone. 16 shots to 2 now are the Bruins. Pavel Zacha back for it. He'll fire it in. Leon will backhand it over and sent up the boards, but kept in by Pastrnak. Pastrnak will circle around, send it down the wall. Now he'll engage in a board battle. Morgan Geeky over to Pastrnak. Pastrnak will send it around. Zacha able to control it. Now Lohrei back for Zacha. Rolling puck. Sends it to Pastrnak. And that one's going to take in over by Rasmus Dahlin, but he will send it back for Lohrei. Second unit will come out here. Lohrei will captain this one. Send it back to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson will skate in over to Casey Middlestat. Back for Lohrei. Over the middle. Shot! Got blocked in front. That one from Yoki Haru. Back for Arvidsson. Over to Lohrei. 12 seconds left. Now over to Middlestat. Middlestat. Down low. Konstantinov. Back for Middlestat. Cross crease. Couldn't connect there with Arvidsson. Penalty is expired. 135 left out of the box is Kulik. Konstantinov. Chipped along the boards. Back for Jordan Harris. Harris will send it in deep. Middlestat back for it. Middlestat. Send it down low to Arvidsson. Arvidsson will take a check from Dahlin and get into a board battle. Now the Sabres will take over. Tage Thompson will dump it in and go get it. So will Harris. Harris will backhand it around. Hopped over the stick of Michael Eyssimont. Now Eyssimont over to Kaslik. Kaslik tried to block it and shot from the point did not go his run. Now Kaslik with a check. Middlestat had it hop over his stick. Now back to get his Bowen Byron. 37 seconds left. Bowen Byron. Send it over to, I believe that's Power. And Power is not on my roster. Would you imagine that? Kaslik will dump it in. 12 seconds left. Leon will leave it there for Connor Timmins. And sent into the Bruins zone. And it'll be icing with 4.3 left. Shots are 17. They're going to say 17 to 1, so I'll say 17 to 1. Also, it wasn't even a bad penalty. McAvoy accidentally stuck his leg out and somehow drew a penalty. Interesting. Face off. And a shot by Leon, blocker to the side, and that will end the first period. So, first intermission, and the Bruins will take a 1-0 lead into the dressing room off a Pavel Zacha power play goal. Just one shot, 17 to 1. 17 shots to 1. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. So it is a Zacha goal, and Peak and Harris will get the assists. So the two defensemen on the assists for Pavel Zacha. Bruins had two power plays that period and got a goal on one of them, and the second one they did not miss. They missed a couple chances. All right. Well, thank you guys if you are just joining us here. Yes, yes. So you will not see this in the video coming out on Thursday. Good point by my dad here. Um, you will not see this in the video on Thursday. My vlog of my dad and I going to the UMass Lowell versus Merrimack game uh, just yesterday. But sitting next to us, well, I shouldn't say next to us, sitting in the same row as us to our right was a a woman who was in a Buffalo Sabres blue and gold Letterman jacket that just looked spectacular. The jacket looked amazing. So I don't know if she's at this game tonight, but just my dad actually stopped by and he was like, the team, of course we knew the Bruins were playing them tomorrow because I was live streaming this, and he goes, can't be a fan of the team, but the jacket looks awesome, looks amazing. So it was really, really fun, really, really interesting. Again, that vlog, the UMass Lowell versus Merrimack away vlog, will be out on Thursday. Episode 11 of the Game Time Voice Report on Wednesday. And I might depending on how these games go, depending on how these games go, if this, even though the Bruins are up 17 shots to 1 in shots on goal, they're only up 1-0. If this turns out to be a low scoring game, um, we'll see, because I do not want to post a video where the game is 1-0. That's not going to be a great commentary highlight. So I will say this. You will get at least one commentary highlight of the live streams out on the channel on Monday. It will either be this game or it will be the uh, Patriots versus the Panthers. Not Panthers. That was last week. No, that was 2 weeks ago, actually. Patriots they beat the Bills last weekend. I was unable to broadcast and live stream that on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel, mainly because I am now 27 years old, and 8:30 and how long that game is going to be on the air, too late for me. I got to work the next day. So staying up that late for a live stream is not worth it to me, so I apologize. So I know the Patriots have a couple more 8:20 games. Those will not be live streamed on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. But other than that, most of their games are at 1 o'clock. Those will be. As far as the Bruins go, any games that are on the weekends, either Saturday, Sunday, or are on holidays. Um, I don't think there will be one on Monday. I got some things going on that I cannot live stream. But if you guys want me to, if there are some Monday holidays, um, where the Bruins are playing and you guys want me to stream those, let me know. Um, so there is that. We have 33 people who have viewed this live stream and currently 4 people viewing it right now. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you haven't already, um, share the live stream so we can get some more Bruins fans in here. Uh, oh, and shout out to my dad. Um, shout out to my dad. Take a look at the college hockey out of town scoreboard. Colgate and BU tied at one in the third period. Maine up 1-0 over Holy Cross in the first end of the first, and Michigan up 1-0 on Providence end of the first. Actually, thank you, Dad, for doing that. We'll take a look. Let's see if we can take a look at the out of town scoreboards. Let's see NHL scores. See if the NHL has any games going on right now. So the Winnipeg Jets beat the LA Kings with a score of 3-2. St. Louis over Calgary 4-2. At the end of the first period, Flyers up 1-0 on the Hurricanes. Just about to finish the first period, the Devils up 3-0 on the Lightning. Ooh, boy, that's it. At the end of the first, the Rangers up 1-0 on the Penguins. The Panthers up 2-0 on the Senators in Sunrise. That's 3:34 left. Capitals up 2-0 on the Islanders. Blackhawks and Canadians tied with just 24 seconds left. Maple Leafs up 2-0 on the Red Wings end of the first. And here on the Game Time Boys YouTube channel, Bruins up 1-0 on the Buffalo Sabres. Some games who have not started yet, but will be starting later on. The Nashville Predators will host, for the first time, mentioning on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel, the Utah hockey team has a name. So the Predators will host the Utah Mammoth. Love that. I love that name, Utah Mammoth. Um, that's not an open invitation for anybody to get me any Utah Mammoth gear. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, so I know what some people are thinking. I don't no invitation to give me anything like that. The Minnesota Wild hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets at 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock on the West Coast, or little more west, Colorado hosting the Dallas Stars. And then definitely on the West Coast, it's a California battle. The Sharks and the Ducks. Sharks hosting the Ducks. Then up in Canada, Edmonton hosting Vancouver. Oilers and Canucks at 10 o'clock. And then definitely on the West Coast, in Seattle, the Kraken hosting the Golden Knights. Those are your NHL out of town scoreboard. For all my college hockey fans, let's see if we can get some college hockey. Get some college hockey scoreboard right now on Saturday. Taking a look. Uh, Quinnipiac up 5-1 on Notre Dame in the third period. Arizona State and Alaska have not gotten underway. That's in the Icebreaker tournament at Mullet Arena. Uh, in games already finished, Union beat Mercyhurst 5-3. Mercyhurst dropping to 0-4. Niagara beat Bowling Green 5-2. Ohio State beat Northern Michigan 3-1. Air Force and Colorado College tied. Like I mentioned, BU in the third, that's just in the third period, BU versus Colgate. Lindenwood up 6-4 on Lake Superior. Uh, Augustana up 1-0 on Minnesota Duluth. Uh, Miami of Ohio up 3-0 against RPI. Omaha and Minnesota State, they are tied 0-0. St. Cloud State up 2-0 on Bemidji State. Long Island University up 2-0 on Canisius. Those Sharks are tough to play against. I don't know what it is. That's a good program, an up and coming program in college hockey. Denver will be hosting Bentley. That one has not started yet. Like I mentioned, Maine Black Bears. They are up 1-0 over Holy Cross after one. And the Michigan Wolverines up 1-0 over Providence. And Sacred Heart just dismantling RIT 6-1 in the that is a final. So that is the college hockey out of town scoreboard presented. Thank you to College Hockey News. Also on the out of town scoreboard on the college football. Thank you to my dad. Clemson up 3-0 on BC. That one's got 7 minutes left in the first quarter. I also want to give a shout out. I do not know who it was, but I want to say thank you because I have just jumped from 26 to 27 subscribers. So, whoever that person is, thank you for subscribing to the Game Time Voice YouTube channel, and I hope you will stick around for more coming up. I am on the road to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So, if you guys can get me to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, I would greatly appreciate it. We have just I was gonna say, what is it today? Today is the 11th of October. So just we have over 2.5 months left in, right? Yeah, because November at the same time as one, then December the same time two. Yeah, so we've over 2.5 months left in 2025, and I want to try to see if I can get 100 subscribers by then. It's a lofty goal, but let's see. Um, That is my lofty goal. That is my very, very lofty goal to try to get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Uh, my modest goal, I will say my modest goal, if we can get to 50, I will accept that. If we get to 100, I'll be extremely excited. So that's that. If we can get somewhere between 50 and 100 subscribers by the end of 2025, that's my window. Let's see if we can get somewhere there. Let's see. So just an update for those of you who's joining me a little bit late. The Bruins are without Hampus Lindholm. For those of you who are Bruins fans, you'll know he missed significant time last year with I think it was a shattered ankle. I could be wrong. He took a shot right off the skate and missed over 60 games. But this injury is not related to that. They are listing him as day to day. Um, So Marco Sturm was quick to add he's gonna skate tomorrow and then they'll go from there. Um, I think unless it's something more serious than they're leading on, he probably won't dress on Monday just as a precaution. But I know if all else goes according to plan, he will. I don't know when he'll play again, but he'll definitely be making the West Coast swing that the Bruins will head on after Monday when they play the Tampa Bay Lightning. So if you are again just joining us, Bruins outshot the Sabres that period 17-1. 17-1. Now they did only put one past Alex Leon, who was stood on his head already. But they were able to capitalize. And I think they had two power plays in that period to Buffalo's zero and got their lone goal on the first power play, coming from Pavel Zaka, and the assist going to both Jordan Harris and Andrew Peak. So the Sabres are coming in here on one and were outshot. Actually, no, they were beaten 4-0 by the Rangers in their first game about a day or so ago. So if you look, nobody has any goals and nobody has any assists yet. And they only have one, two, three. And all three of these players have played. They only have three players who are not on a minus yet this season. Now, again, it's only one game, but the fact that, and I think a lot of those guys are on minus twos. I'm going to be right back. And when I come back, hopefully we will have second period action. You are watching Bruins hockey on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. All right, and I'm back. Just a quick need tissue. Um, as the winter has definitely hit. I was joking in my apartment. I was hoping to hold off for maybe another week because I wanted to get something fixed before I did it. But when you wake up and your apartment is at 60 and it's freezing, you're no choice but to turn on the heat. So I'm now in a comfortable apartment, um, and the heat is going and is perfect. So winter is here. Hockey is here. Basketball is right around the corner. Football is in full swing, and playoff baseball is around. Quick note: I'll give my end of the season as we have a score update. Thank you to my dad who added in the dun so added in the ESPN notification. Thank you very much. Clemson has just scored a touchdown, so it's 10-0 Clemson with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter up at the Heights at Boston College. Uh, just a quick anecdote on the Red Sox. Good season. Could have been a better season. Could have technically still be playing, but it's especially when you look at the Yankees and the fight they gave against the Blue Jays. But just did not. They just crumbled. They crumbled the last two games. They should have been playing the Blue Jays. But that's the last I will talk about the Blue Jays and about the Red Sox. So hopefully Breslow can continue off of last offseason's good signings. And we are just about to get underway here in the second period with the Bruins having a 1-0 lead over the Buffalo Sabres. Second period about to get started. If you're just joining us, Pavel Zacha on a power play goal from Jordan Harris and Andrew Peak, your lone goal on the first of two power plays. Puck is dropped. We are back underway here at TD Garden. And Tage Thompson will get put into Zucker. And Zucker will throw one on net. And Swayman will deal with it. Jason Zucker playing alongside Yuri Kulik in the middle at the center position. And Tage Thompson on the right. See, now the scoreboard operator did add. I knew for a fact that the Sabres had two shots in the first period. I'm not going crazy. So that was actually the third shot of the game for the Sabres. McAvoy will wrap it around the boards, kept in by Byram. Now Lori for the Bruins. Over to Pastrnak. Pastrnak fires it in the middle. Was looking for Geeky, but picked off by Rasmus Dahlin. Now McAvoy back for it. McAvoy off the boards. Geeky will help it along. In on Leon. He tried to paddle along, but Dahlin cut an edge and kind of handcuffed him. He was able to get it away. Now here comes Tage Thompson. Thompson over to as Dahlin going against Lori. And now puck is touched up. And are we going to? Yes. The Sabres are going to get their first power play of the night. And it'll be Morgan Geeky going to the box for a hook. It was on Dahlin, got the stick in on the hands and turned Dahlin around a little bit. So, Sabres will go to the power play. And puck is dropped and cleared out of the zone. It'll be back for Leon. He'll leave it for Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin will bring it up, fired it off the boards to Alex Tuck. Now back for Tage Thompson. Thompson with a wrist shot handled by Swayman, and he will hold with 18:53 left in the period and 137 left on the power play. Again, I want to welcome you guys joining us here. Tage Thompson, 3 NHL seasons with 30 goals scored. And Dahlin with a wrist shot goes wide behind the net, picked up by Ryan McLeod. He'll send it around and all the way out, and Dahlin will go back to get it. Tage Thompson more than likely will probably be receiving the call as a back pass goes awry. Terrence Janot in on the forecheck against Ryan McLeod. Janot bows here, but Thompson will pick it up. And now the big fellow will rumble. Tage Thompson brings it in. But good back check there by Fraser Minton. And Minton might have a 2-on-1 with Janot. Minton over to Janot. Janot with a shot, put it up over the net. Now here come the Sabres back with under a minute left on the power play. Thompson unable to get it. McAvoy rams it around, but kept in. Now over to the far side here. This is Power. Power over to Couric. And Thompson have poke off his stick, and Fraser Minton will clear with 36 seconds left on the penalty to Morgan Geeky. Shots are now 19-4 in favor of the Bruins. Jack Quinn now pass across and unable to get anything on it was Bowen Byram. Missed it. Now picked up by Couric. Couric with a shot. Glove saved by Swayman, and he will hold with 13 seconds left on the power play. Fraser Minton, it was a 2-on-1, much like in the overtime against Chicago, but it was Ryan McLeod, who was back defensively for the Sabres, a forward, and he committed to Minton, and so he couldn't hold and fire like he did in overtime. Now, shot from the point goes wide, and the rebound stopped by Swayman. And he'll hold with 5 seconds left on the power play. So McLeod was back for the Sabres. Fraser Minton was on the right side, and he had Tanner Janot left, but McLeod committed to Minton, so he had no choice but to pass to Janot. It was all by himself. Janot just put it over the net, over the glove of Alex Leon. So just joining us, 19-5 shots on goal for the Bruins. They have a 1-0 lead on a Pavel Zacha power play goal. And are on the penalty kill now, only for another 5 seconds. Face off won by the Bruins, and fanning on the clearing attempt was Yoki Haru. Now back behind the net, Zadorov will take a hit. Middlestad back for it. He'll get her up on the boards. And we are back to full strength here. More Geeky out of the box. He'll circle back, leave it for Yoki Haru. Over to Zadorov. Zadorov up the boards for Zaka. It's at his feet, and he'll leave it for Zadorov. Zadorov will skate it up. Zadorov over to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson on the left side, trying to stick handle through a crowd, but now coming out of that crowd is Josh Doan. He'll flip it up and into the Bruin zone. Zadorov back for it. He'll send it up the boards, but it's picked off there by Josh Doan. Doan over to, I believe that's Peyton Krebs. Yes, Peyton Krebs in a board battle with two Bruins. Now puck comes over to the middle, but Zaka over. He'll leave it for Michael Esimon, I believe. No, that is Jordan Harris jumping into the play as a defenseman. But Harris will get it back at the blue line. Off the boards, but send over to Justin Danforth. Danforth in. Jordan Harris back for it. Hit a stanchion or a break in the boards. And now puck will come out of the zone on an errant pass from Ryan Johnson. Jacob Bryson will leave it for Tage Thompson. Thompson with a wrist shot, blockered away by Swayman. Good rebound control. Now a shot buried into Swayman's gut, and he will hold with 15:48 left. So shots are now 19-7 in favor of the Bruins. And as you see, Tage Thompson scored the gold medal winning OT goal for Team USA at last summer's World Championships. And the U.S. had never won a world championship. They have been very successful in the World Juniors, but in terms of men's world championships, they had not won a gold medal in 93 years until this past summer. And they have not won a gold medal, but check that. Pastrnak on wrist shot goes over the net. U.S. has not won a gold medal since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. After an upset win of the Soviets and a win in the gold medal game against Finland, no U.S. team, both collegiate and pro, has won a gold medal since. Scoring chances are 13-6 in favor of the Bruins. Pastrnak will go cross ice to Elias Lindholm. Lindholm back from Pastrnak. Pastrnak sends it over to Geeky. Geeky sends it in the middle and hit the skate of Tuck. Never got through to Leon. Now here back come the Sabres the other way. Connor Timmins over the far side. Jack Quinn dekes into the middle of the ice, goes head over heels, and a penalty coming against the Bruins. Now a shot from the point. That one never got through. Connor Timmins will send it over the far side. 6 against 5, they will skate. Ryan Johnson now over to Timmins. Timmins, excuse me, at the point that's Matthias Samuelson. Now a shot, glove save by Swayman. Robs Peyton Krebs. Now we got a Donnybrook. Or maybe just a little bit of pushing and shoving. Donnybrook, not full-fledged Donnybrook, I will say. Paying Krebs at the side of the net. And Swayman robbed him with the glove. Penalty is going to be on Fraser Minton. It's going to be a trip. So penalties have evened out, and yeah, that's textbook tripping there. And a pass across. Timmins had it just getting a piece. It might have been going wide either way, but Swayman able to get the outside part of that glove and stop it from going off. So Bruins back on the power play. Rasmus Dahlin back to center ice. Over to Ryan McLeod. McLeod will send it in. Swayman will stop it behind his net. We'll send it over to Andrew Peak. Peak, 1 against 2, needs help. Now Corrali will come over for help. Corrali will send it around Zadorov. Zadorov will fire it around the glass, but able to keep it in. The point is Tage Thompson. Thompson, fan on a pass. Peak will take it, and Peak's going to skate it. Now he'll just dump it in. Leon will leave it for Dahlin. Captain of the Sabres will bring it up. Drop it back for Tage Thompson. Thompson over to the far side for Jason Zucker. Pass unable to connect and be cleared by Jordan Harris. Now here comes Bowen Byram. He'll drop it back. Jack Quinn puts behind the net, and puck will be sent out in front. Swayman couldn't get it. It was just out of his reach, but it will be cleared by the Bruins. Here's Power. Now Josh Doan will bring it in. He'll drop it. Dahlin, 25 seconds left on the power play. Dahlin looking for something. Sends it into the middle. Now back to the point. Power. Had it poked off the stick. Good play there from Mark Kaslick. Now Kaslick takes over. Mark Kaslick on the breakaway. Goes to the forehand. Taken out. There's going to be a penalty. I don't know if it was after the penalty had expired. 12:21 left. Let's see. It is going to be after the penalty expired. So it's going to be a hooking call. I was unable to see who it was on. It is going to be on number 25, and I got to figure out who number 25 is. I got to take the look at this. Number 25. It is Owen Power. Okay. So Owen Power with the penalty. So Bruins will go to the power play when we come back, or when they come back. I'm going to be sticking right here. 12:21 left in the second period. Bruins up 1-0. Going to the power play here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. We have eclipsed. Well, we have 2 people watching right now. We have 2 people watching. However, we have 37 people who have watched this live stream. So I want to thank you guys for your support of the live stream here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I gotta check something out here because this is bugging me. It's bugging me, and I don't know why I have it wrong. Let me. So who is not dressed that I have dressing? Okay. Uh, that's who it is. Okay. So thank the Lord for the internet. So Ryan Johnson is not dressing tonight. So it is Owen Power in for Ryan Johnson. So for some reason, on the fly, making up on the fly. All right. Bruins power play. Oh, apparently that first goal was not a power play goal. So my apologies on that. Over 2 tonight with 4 shots, but has looked good. Puck is dropped, won by the Bruins. McAvoy back for it. Over to Zaka. Zaka fanned on the cross ice attempt, and the puck will be cleared. McAvoy back for it. Cuts in the middle of the ice, drops it back. Here comes Elias Lindholm. Lindholm over Zaka. Zaka over to Geeky. Geeky dropped it, but picked off there by Ryan McLeod, and he'll send it down the length of the ice. Only 30 seconds in, but power play has not looked as good as it has looked tonight. But clean entry there. Morgan Geeky. Over to the left side here. Geeky. Send it behind the net for Pastrnak. Pastrnak. Send it around the boards. Geeky. Now Zaka will come over. Over to McAvoy. McAvoy for Lindholm. Over to Zaka. Lets it rip. Took a deflection and Geeky swiped at it and missed. Hopped over his stick. Pastrnak behind the net. Over for Lindholm. Lindholm to McAvoy. Finds Pastrnak. Lets it go. Took a deflection shot. Oh my God, what a save. Alex Leon just robbed. I don't know if it was Zaka or who. Passed over. Zaka took a wrist shot, and that hopped over the stick of Geeky. Then Pastrnak with a wrist shot found Lindholm and Alex Leon. What a save there. So Swayman with a big save, and then Leon just matched him. Holy Moses. Yeah. If you've ever gone to, and I will, I would love if more people could come to us for UMass Lowell games. My dad, that power play strategy of just having two guys back and just dropping it back, he absolutely adores it. Trust me, he loves it. Now, second unit out. Yogihara with a shot. Saved by Leon. Puck will go to the corner boards. Arvidsson. Back for Lorai. Lorai over to Middlestat. Lorai fakes a pass. Looks. Down low. Arvidsson. Back for Lorai. Over to Casey Middlestat. 19 seconds left on the power play. Middlestat over to Konstantinov. Konstantinov over to the circles. Now low for Middlestat. Tried to get it back for Konstantinov. 7 seconds left. Konstantinov pass. Middlestat backhander saved by Leon. Konstantinov back for Arvidsson. Arvidsson to try to get. Now Tuck is back. Bruins got to look out. Player came out of the box. Potential 2-on-1. Owen Power. Wrist shot over the net. Almost came back. Bruins up to 21 shot. Konstantinov will dump it in. Now Mikey Eastman will send it in. Mark Kaslik over. Kaslik. Line shots, took a deflection and scores. Don't know if it's who it's going to be. We'll see who goes through the line first. But the Bruins are up 2-0. Kaslik first through the line. See, came around the point. Kaslik let the shot go, and it might have hit Connor Timmins in front. Yes, it was Connor Timmins. And Leon was straight up, and it snuck through. So the Bruins, with some puck luck, able to get a 2-0 lead. So primary and secondary scoring for the Bruins so far tonight. With 9:30 left, they have a 2-0 lead. Terrence Janot will send it up. Puck will not go for icing. Died just before the red line. They're going to give it to Koslik, and Charlie McAvoy will pick up an assist. So the Sabres looking to respond here. Owen Power tried to connect there with Tyson Kozak, but they will battle in front of the penalty box. 6 aside. It will stay there, and coming out of it is Josh Doan. Doan with a move and a shot saved by Swayman. Up the boards. Tanner Jeannot tried to get it to Pastrnak. He'll dump it in. Leon will glove it, leave it for Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin went off the boards, hopped over the stick of Elias Lindholm. Now coming into the zone is Justin Danforth. Danforth will send it around the boards. He'll find Krebs. Dahlin with a shot blocked in front by Pastrnak. Bowen Byram back for it. Dome will send it over. Peyton Krebs tried to get it, but it'll come back for Bowen Byram. Takes a check from Lindholm. Elias, that is. Battle in the offensive zone. Puck sent up by Dahlin, but was blocked by Geeky. Now I'll send it up again. This one a much more convincing one. Morgan Geeky back for it. He'll dump it in. Hit a stanchion. Sean Corrali back with it. Mark Kaslik in there as well, but the Sabres will come out of the pack with it. As Jason Zucker back for it, and now Lori will send it around the boards. Kaslik sends it up to Corrali. Corrali sends it in. Owen Power back. He's hounded by Konstantinov. Mason Lori up to Konstantinov. Corrali sends it in. Konstantinov on the forecheck, unable to corral it. Tage Thompson will send it into the Bruins zone, but the Bruins will come right back. Casey Middlestad, he'll dump it in. Back to get his own power for the Sabres. 7 minutes left here. Bruins up 2-0 and out shooting Buffalo 22-9. Andrew Peak back for it. Over to Jordan Harris, the Haverhill, Massachusetts native. He'll skate in. Already got an assist tonight. We'll stop. We'll send it around the boards. Power in a battle with Casey Middlestad. They will battle there. Puck comes out into the middle. Save. Harris over for Peak. Peak with a wrister. Took another deflection. Leon will cover this one up. 6:31 left here in the second period. And the Bruins, with some puck luck, now hold a 2-0 lead, thanks to Mark Kastelik's first goal of the season. So again, if you are just joining us, thank you for joining us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And just to let you know that this will not be the only live stream this weekend. When we are finished up tonight, I will head off into Dreamland, and I will be right back here at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for Patriots versus Saints. So mark your calendars. We're doing double live streams this weekend on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And depending on how each game goes, I got some good stuff here. I got two amazing glove saves and two Bruins goals. So see what we had. And depending on how tomorrow goes, let's see. I might do some rescheduling. Um, for those of you who are still watching us, as we're at 39 overall views on this live stream, we have two people currently watching. So I appreciate the two people who are sticking around. And I also appreciate the 39 people who have stopped by. So hopefully you guys stop by more. I also want to say thank you. I want to make sure I get who it is. Um, yeah, the name is anonymous, so unfortunately you cannot do that. But as we now have three people here, but I did gain a subscriber in the midst of this live stream. So I am now up to 27. So thank you to whoever that is, as a shot comes in on Swayman and he'll handle it with ease. And the Bruins will come back. They are now up to 24 shots, and I believe Buffalo is about to be on 10 as we get a stoppage here with 6:05 left. Now, for those of you who are watching, let me know in the chat. If I change up from my normal schedule, so normally how this goes is we have shorts posted on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and videos, commentary highlights on Mondays, what game time voice report on Wednesdays, and vlogs on Fridays. Do you guys want to know about those, or do you guys say like, no, I don't care what video comes out or when it comes out and this and that. Um, so just let I'm subscribed and I have notifications set. So I guess my question is, do you guys want to know when a schedule changes, or are you fine with just going with the flow? Let me know because I might go a full 4 videos this week and condense the 2 live streams. But so you guys might get a vlog, a game time voice report, and 2 commentary highlights this week. So let me know if that's something you guys would like to know about in the future, or if you're fine with just going with the flow. Rasmus Dahlin will send it. It avoids Swayman. Goes all the way to Andrew Peak. Now over to Jordan Harris. Harris sends it up. Terragino tried to take it in the middle, but here comes Tage Thompson. Thompson with a shot buried into the gut of Jeremy Swayman, and he will hold with 5:06 left here in the second period. And the Bruins up 2-0 on the Sabres here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm old and I need reminders. Okay, so this is another good thing for my 3 viewers. If you haven't done so already, if you are, no need to tell me you are, but if you haven't done so already, at Game Time Voice, at Game Time Voice on Instagram, head on over, follow me there. Any videos posted or schedule changes will be posted on there. So again, follow me on Instagram at Game Time Voice. Any schedule changes? Why do I keep going like this? The Italian's coming out of me. I don't know what it is. I keep shaking my fist. I, I was a teacher for 3 years, so I'm used to pointing at something. So I apologize for that. Like I need to have like my pen here. Like I so if you haven't followed me yet on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Game Time Voice. Any schedule changes or YouTube videos will be on there. So make sure you follow me for that. I will say this. Shout out to, if I get Puckpedia. It's like Puck Media, but swatch up the M for a P. I They have line charts of the teams that are absolutely outstanding. Makes it easier for me to see rather than printing out a roster. So shout out to them for doing that. And yes, if you are subscribed, that's another good point. If you are subscribed to the channel, as we are back underway here, and the Bruins will get it out of the zone and potential 2-on-1. Elias Lindholm uh, tried to get a pass from Pastrnak, but broken up, and Buffalo will try to go the other way here. Tage Thompson got it hung up in the referee's skates, and the puck will come out to center ice. Owen Power, quick transition. Puck sent in. Back forward is Andrew Peak. Shots 24-11 in favor of the Bruins. Nikita Zadorov back for it. So again, really quick, if you are subscribed to the channel but don't have notifications set, go over to the channel, make sure you're subscribed, and then hit that notification bell. That will send you a reminder on your phone of when videos are posted. They are very, very helpful. Josh Quinn with a shot saved by Swayman. Picked up by Sean Corrali. Back to the point. Bowen Byram. Now a shot from the point goes wide. And the puck will come out of the zone. No icing here. Dies before it got to the goal line. So we've hit 40 views on this live stream. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate it. And 3 people currently watching. Make sure you've shared the live stream so we can have more fun and more people joining us. Sean Corrali back for it. Backhands it in, helped along by Konstantinov. Leon out to play it. Sends it over to Bowen Byram. Byram with a stretch pass and able to find Justin Danforth. Danforth goes into battle. Out to the point. Connor Timmins with a shot that goes wide. Comes out the other side, unable to control it. Was Peyton Cribbs. Here comes Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson into the middle. Arvidsson trying to go 1 against 2, but lost it. Had Casey Middlestat going with him, but Middlestat will pick off a pass, but hopped over his stick a little too hot to handle. Connor Timmins back for it. He'll send it around the boards. And the Sabres will try to get up the ice, and Charlie McAvoy, good job coming back. Mason Lohrei will send it over to McAvoy. McAvoy up the boards, and Casey Middlestat will come in. Middlestat, 1 against 4, actually 2 against 4. He had Zaka kind of with him. Matthias Samuelson up the boards and into the Bruins zone. 2:28 left here in the second period. Bruins up 2-0. Pavel Zacha and Mark Kaslik, the goal scorers. Tage Thompson get it back. He'll send it around. Back to the point. Now, one tire that didn't come off great by Matthias Samuelson. Actually, no, excuse me, it was Rasmus Dahlin. And I think we're going to get a penalty here against the Sabres. Yep, it's going to be Tage Thompson. It's going to be interference on Tage Thompson. Yeah, he just wiped out Henry Yoki-Haru right in front of the net. The puck wasn't anywhere near him. So the Bruins will have a power play for most of the rest of the second period, about a 10-second difference between the power play and the end of the period. Faceoff will be to the left of Alex Leon. Power play has not scored, and I think we might have another penalty. 2:06 left. 157. Stick was snapped in two. No, it's just puck went out of play. So the faceoff will come back to neutral ice. So still just a 5-on-4. Puck will be at the faceoff circle just in front of the Bruins bench. And Lindholm will get thrown out. For gosh sakes, folks, just drop the puck. You have one job. Faceoff controlled by the Bruins. Pastrnak. And that's just, yeah, Bruins. And they'll be sent down the length of the ice. Charlie McAvoy will drop it back for Pavel Zacha. Zacha over to Lindholm. Lindholm into the zone. Over for Zacha. Zacha will stop. Over to McAvoy. Bunts it along for Pastrnak. Winds, fires. I don't know if Leon got a piece of that. But either way, it did not end up in the net. Morgan Geekie and a battle there. Lindholm will come over to provide help. Now here comes Zacha. Puck back to the point and poked at Alex Tuck. And this is going to be interference on Pastrnak. Tuck comes in 2-on-1 shot, saved by Swayman in a hold. But David Pastrnak, I believe, is going to go for interference on Alex Tuck. So it'll be 4-on-4 after the interference call. Tuck chipped it. Pastrnak was at the point, and Pastrnak competed his progress. Tuck came in on a 2-on-1, and Swayman was able to cover. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for a minute and 5 seconds, and then the Sabres will have 55 seconds of power play time. Face off, control by the Bruins. Now back to the point. Dahlin will get it back from Bauer. Byram, excuse me. Now a shot from the point goes out of play. 53 seconds left on the 4-on floor and 102 left in the period. Bruins' next game will be a Columbus Day matchup against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Puck drop at 1 o'clock for that game. Faceoff controlled by the Sabres. Bowen Byram over to Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin will circle. He'll send it over. This is Jack Quinn. Quinn with the shot, blockered away by Swayman. Puck will come out of the zone. Dahlin back for it. 35 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Sabres will have some power play time squeak over to the second period. Good play there by Kaslik to break it up, but comes back to Dahlin. Dahlin trying to get something going. Now Kaslik will just get it out of the zone. 25 seconds left in the period. 15 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Over to Owen Power. Power cuts into the middle. Sabres will go on the power play now. 7 seconds left in the period. Power with a one-timer saved by Swayman, and hits the door off, and old puck will be cleared, and that will end the second period. So Buffalo will have 44 seconds of power play time. I believe. I'll double check that. But they will be down 2-0 going into the second thanks to a Mark Kastelik goal in that period. So, second intermission is here, and the Bruins up 2-0 and will stick with the penalty kill when they come back in the second period. This is Boston Bruins hockey here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Well, thank you guys for joining us here on a Saturday night at TD Garden and a live stream here in Malden. Let's take a look at the out of town scoreboards. Take a look first at the NHL scores. Again, if you're just joining us, Winnipeg beat Los Angeles 3-2. The Blues beat the Flames 4-2. Those are finals today. And the game's still going on in the second period. Under 2 minutes left. Flyers and Hurricanes tied at 2. 5 minutes left in the second period. The Devils' lead is now 3-1 against the Lightning. Rangers up on the Penguins 4-1. That's after 2 periods. 5 minutes left in the second period. The Panthers up 3-1 on the Ottawa Senators. It's 2 minutes left in the second period. The Caps up 4-0 on the New York Islanders. Just under 8 minutes left in the second period. Canadians and Blackhawks tied at 2. End of 2 periods. The Red Wings with a 3-2 lead over the Maple Leafs. Minute 30 left in the first period. Predators and Mammoth, Utah, that is, tied at 1. And 5 minutes left in the first period. Blue Jackets up 1-0 on the Wild. Games that have not started yet. 9 o'clock, Stars Avalanche. Avalanche at home against Dallas. Out west, the Sharks will host the Anaheim Ducks at 10 o'clock. Up in Canada, Oilers will host the Canucks at 10 o'clock. And definitely up in the northwest, Kraken will host the Golden Knights Only game tomorrow. The Capitals will be in New York at Madison Square Garden. They will take on the New York Rangers. That is the NHL out of town scoreboard. For the Hockey East update, thank you to my dad. Just for a visual, I want to thank you for letting me know about that. But we'll check the game day. Check the game day right now. Uh, Colgate and BU skate to a 2-2 tie. So that is a very interesting result there for the Terriers. Maine up 3-0. Actually, I'm going to move myself over here, make myself a little bit lower. So Holy Cross up down 3-0 after 2 periods to the Black Bears, and Michigan up 2-1 on the Providence College Friars. So that's the Hockey East update for you guys. So exit that out. I will bring myself back over here. In the college football local range, I'll make myself a little bit bigger here because I know some people like to have me nice and big. Clemson up 17-10 now, so still a game at Chestnut Hill. 5 minutes left in the first half on the football field there. And if you're just joining us here, Bruins up 2-0 on the Buffalo Sabres with goals from Pavel Zacha and Mark Kastelik, shooting the Sabres 26-13 and will be on the penalty kill to start the third period. We are at 42 views so far tonight and 3 people currently watching us. So thank you guys for sticking with us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And a big college football matchup. The Indiana Hoosiers beat number 3 Oregon on the road 30-20. That's a big one. Let's see what else we can find here. Now an update from Chestnut Hill. Clemson up 24-10. Now, if we can, I'm gonna switch over. BYU at Arizona. Nah, don't think I get the ACC network. Oh no, I do. I do get the ACC network. So 5:31 left, and Clemson's up 24-10. Let's see what else we got. Uh, Georgia visiting Auburn, and Auburn up 10-0 on number 10 Georgia with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. That's interesting. See what else we can find here. Kansas at Texas Tech in the Big 12. Let's see what we got in this one. As the Red Raiders are hosting the Jayhawks. Come on, you're gonna flash the scoreboard at me. Number 9 Texas Tech up 21-7 on Kansas. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Let's see. Michigan at USC. Thank you, Dad. I was just about there in commercial break, but shout out to my dad for the updates. They are tied 7-7 with 4 minutes in the half. All right. So let's see if we can find any other college hockey ones. College hockey news, live scoreboard. All right. Quinnipiac beat Notre Dame 7-2. That's big. Union one I've already done. That one I've already done. Ohio State, Northern Michigan. That one is now final 3-1. I think that was already a final, but I'll double check. Air Force up 2-1 in Colorado College. That one in the third period. Uh, BU and Colgate. That one finished tied 2-2. I don't know who won the shootout. Miami of Ohio beat RPI 5-0. Augustana up 2-0 on Minnesota Duluth. I don't know if Duluth are ranked. I'll have to double check that. Minnesota State up 1-0 on Omaha, 2:27 left. St. Cloud State up 4-1 on Bemidji State, 13:23 left in the second. Long Island is routing Canisius, 6-0. Denver and Bentley just underway here. I don't know how it's 21 minutes because you only play 20-minute periods, but it's 0-0. Maine up 3-0 on Holy Cross. Michigan up 2-1 on Providence. Sacred Heart with a win, 6-1 over RPI. That is the college hockey update. So, MLB playoffs. Shout out to my dad. I'll say this. Shout out to my dad. You know, I'll say this. I'm in the booth. Shout out to my dad in the studio for the updates. Uh, I have to get him we'll have to get him like his own. We'll have to get him like his own setup, and I could like throw it to him. That'd be so funny. Cubs Brewers tied at 1-1 top of the third in Game 5 of that NLDS matchup. Winner of that will play the Dodgers in the NLCS. So two teams, one from each league, have clinched their spot in the ALCS and the league championship series. Dodgers have clinched in the National League, and the Mariners have clinched in the American League. Actually, no, three out of the four teams have already clinched. The Mariners will play the Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series, and the Dodgers awaiting the winner of the Cubs and the Brewers. So there's your MLB baseball playoff update here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. We've hit 43 subscribers. Not 43 subscribers. I wish. I wish we've hit 43 subscribers. Hey, if you haven't already subscribed, why don't you hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. But we've hit 43 views on this live stream. So thank you guys for all of you guys that have joined us for this live stream of Bruins hockey. And shout out to my three viewers who are watching right now. Again, I want to try to get to at least 50 by the end of the year. I would love it if we get to 100. So, my goal, somewhere between 50 and 100 subscribers by the end of 2025. That's my goal. So, if you guys could help me out, if you're already subscribed, awesome. Appreciate it. But why don't you send it over to friends of yours and then tell them to send it to friends of theirs, then tell them to send it to friends of theirs, and then tell them to send it to family and friends. So let's get this channel going. As they are now showing highlights of the Ottawa uh, Florida game. And is 4-1 Florida. And on this date, October 11th, 1984, the Bruins defeat the Penguins 4-3 in a game that included Mario Lemieux scoring his first NHL goal on his first career shift. I don't know if we need to go that far, Dab. I appreciate. Hang on, hang on. I gotta. Are you? Please tell me you're making that up. Please tell me you're making that up, because it's. Oh man, my Google search is about to take a massive, massive hit. Extreme ironing tournament. I apologize. You're not gonna find Oh my gosh. I apologize. So this is not ESPN 8 The Ocho. We will not be talking about camel wrestling and then the extreme ironing tournament. So I apologize if you came here looking for that. Um, but that is so funny. Oh man. The fact that I looked for extreme ironing tournament and camel wrestling match, my Google search just and my Google recommendations just took a massive hit. Oh boy. Oh, so he's watching it on the Ocho and nobody. Okay. Well, you will not be finding me commentating camel wrestling or extreme ironing on this channel. I do apologize in advance. I will actually be right back, folks. And the third period should be coming up shortly. You're watching Bruins hockey here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Wait, yeah. Now I will be back on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. All right, now I'm back. So I just had to double check something real quick. It is currently 8:57 p.m. here on the East Coast. Thank you guys for sticking with us. I can't promise this third period's going to go rather quickly. So I hope camel wrestling takes place in Turkey. Huh. So, third period about to begin, I believe. I could be wrong. They're showing great moments in Bruins history versus the Sabres. And where were you, Bruins fans, on April 24th, 1983, when Brad Park scored two goals, including an OT winner in Game 7 of the Adams Division Finals? All right. Now my Okay. Well, now my YouTube one is going to be taking some. Now my YouTube video recommendations are going to be taking some chops because just got. I just found out what camel wrestling is like. All right, but we're about to start the third period here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Oh man. Alrighty. Let's head back, see if we can focus. Uh so if you are just joining us, Bruins will start with 44 seconds of penalty kill time and got their goals from Pavel Zacha and Mark Kaslik, both with their first of the season. Jordan Harris and Andrew Peak with the assist on the Zacha goal, and I believe it was Charlie McAvoy with the lone assist. So we are at, so we got 25 left on the Pastrnak penalty as we are just at 30 seconds left in the third period. Alex Tuck into the zone. Gets a hard check there from Nikita Zadorov, but comes out of the pack with it. Back to the point. Rasmus Dahlin, 8 seconds left on the power play. Over for a shot there. Letting go was Ryan McLeod, saved by Swayman. Puck cleared. Pastrnak out of the box. Bruins back to full strength. Tage Thompson had it poked off his stick. Here comes Pastrnak with a shove over to Lindholm. Lindholm with a shot. Goes just wide. Peak back for it. Dahlin sends it around the boards. Josh Doan will pick it up. Doan will dump it in. He'll go in after it. Battles with Peak. Coming over to help is Morgan Geekie. Geekie chips it up the boards. Lindholm trying to get it out, and now Geekie will. Owen Power will send it over. Bowen Byram will send it into the Bruins zone. Now a bouncing puck there. Puck unable to get to Swayman. Picking up is Jack Quinn. And now poked off the puck. Here comes Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson trying to get around Matthias Samuelsson, but unable to do so. Picked up by Byram. Now Arvidsson picked it up. Zaga had it poked off his stick as he was letting it go. Puck sent in there by Beck Mallinston. And puck is out of play with 17:58 left here in the third period. Faceoff will be at the neutral zone faceoff dot in front of the penalty benches. Puck will try to be set in, but picked off by Ryan McLeod. He'll send it into the Bruins zone. Charlie McAvoy back for it. He'll rim it around. Stepping up to keep it in for them is Matthias Samuelsson of the Sabres. Now puck over to Pavel Zacha. Zacha will fire it in, but took a hard bounce, so Bruins unable to get it. Now here comes Ryan McLeod. McLeod tried to deke in, but had it poked off his stick. Charlie McAvoy will set it up in the defensive zone. He's paired with Henry Yokiharu. He'll send it in. Mark Kasilik on the forecheck. Konstantinov will send it around. Yokiharu will send it back in. Rasmus Dahlin will pick it up from Buffalo. Over to Byram. Send it over to Jack Quinn. Quinn with a backhand. Picked up there. Now backhand into the middle by Justin Danforth. Unable to find anybody. Now the puck will be sent down and we'll go for an icing with 16:47 left here in the third period, and the Bruins up 2-0. As we are have just crossed 9 o'clock here on the East Coast, 9:04 to be exact. Faceoff will be to the right of Jeremy Swayman and is won by the Bruins. Fit puck kept in for a moment. Sean Corrali, though, will help it out and he'll send it into the Bruins bench. 16:38 left here in the third period, excuse me. Taking a look at the road ahead for the Bruins. They will host the Lightning 1 o'clock this Monday for traveling to on a Western road trip. Vegas on Thursday, Colorado on Saturday, and Utah on Sunday. So 2 days off and then 3 games and 4 nights for the Bruins out west. Face off in the Bruins zone. Sean Corrali will go up against Yuri Kulik, and Corrali will win a face off. And puck will be cleared out of the zone. Puck sent up, and Josh Doan will send it in. Yuri Kulik on the forecheck. Now Rasmus Dahlin will keep it in at the point. Dahlin tried to stick handle around Tanner Jeannot. Good step up there. Jeannot picks up the puck. Got tied up there, and Fraser Minton got whacked from behind. Big hit there on the kid. Now Jordan Harris, he'll dump it down low. Mikey Easemont send it out in front. Jeannot was kind of turned around a little bit. Now Harris. Stick, stick breaking a shot on, saved by Leon. Andrew Peak on the pinch. Puck lifted out, but kept in nicely by Jordan Harris. Puck came to Easemont and popped off his stick. So he was below the face-off circle. Andrew Peak will send it back to Morgan Geekie. Now here comes Pastrnak. Pastrnak will deke around one. Try to get around another, but will send it in behind the net. Good move there by Jacob Bryson. Now here comes Bowen Byram. Going hard to the neck, but a puck will be deflected out of play with 15:10 left. Yeah, I want to welcome you if you are just joining us. Bruins up 2-0 here on the Buffalo Sabres, out shooting them 27 to 7 to 15, I should say. 27 to 15. Pavel Zacha, Mark Kastelik, the goal scorers for the Bruins. Jeremy Swayman has stopped 15 shots so far. Face off to the far boards. Now up the wall. Morgan Geekie will pick it up and he'll get into the zone. Geekie will take it wide. Now in a board battle there with Samuelson. Puck will come around and will be hopped out by Mallinston, but sent right back in by the Bruins. Past Alex Leon. Board battle here. Elias Lindholm will pick it up. He'll shrug off a check there from Tyson Kozik. Puck back to the point. Mason Lohrei with a wrist shot. I think it got through and Leon saved it. Puck up the boards. Beck Mallinston will send it out. Back to get Charlie McAvoy. Bruins have 28 to 15 shots on goal. They've attempted 54 shots to Buffalo's 36. Puck sent around past Swayman. Lohrei will help it along. Zacha will chip it and was looking for Arvidsson. Missed him, but he'll win the race to avoid the icing. Good forecheck here from the Bruins' third line. Actually, no, excuse me, the second line. Puck sent into the Bruins going off the glass, hit the back of the apron. Zadorov will help it along. Zacha now in a board battle, but picked up there by Peyton Krebs for the Sabres. Now back to the point for a wrist shot. Tip save by Swayman. Arvidsson, Zacha, Zadorov will bring it up. The big man on the rush. He'll just dump it in. He'll go for a line change. Sabres back with it in their own zone. Here's Connor Trimmins. He'll send it over to Tage Thompson. Thompson will dump it in. Swayman will get this one. He'll send it around the boards and got stuck in an equipment of, or got stuck somewhere. Don't know where it got stuck. But 13-18 left in the third period, and the Bruins with a 2-0 lead over the Buffalo Sabres. I'm thanking you for welcoming yourselves into, or welcoming me into your home for Bruins hockey here on the Game Time Boys YouTube channel. Yes, if you are just missing it, Hampus Lindholm out day to day with a lower body injury, and Jordan Harris, the Haverhill, Massachusetts native, probably grew up in the town right next to my family. My family lived in Methuen, so very, very local kid. Making his Bruins debut this season, and how about this? Has already got an assist. I want to see if Jordan Harris, let's go to the roster first. Jordan Harris, where did he come from? Jordan Harris played last year in Columbus, only played 33 games, had 1 goal and 4 assists. So not the best, but you never know what can happen. Let's refresh the statistics. He's got an assist on the Pavel Zacha goal. So he's already got a point in just his first game of the season. As he assisted on the opening goal for Pavel Zacha, his first goal of the year. Faced off to the left of Swayman, won by the Sabres. Wrist shot, blockered away. Now, board battle here. Andrew Peak back for it, but he's taken off the puck by Yuri Kurik. Kurik back to Owen Power. Power with a fluttery wrist shot, wobbles wide. Nikita Zadorov back for it. And good play there by Konstantinov to get it out of the zone, but Owen Power back for it. Power with a wrist shot and dumps it in. And it hit a stanchion and popped out of play. 12:50 left here in the third period. Shots are 27-17 in favor of the Bruins. Faceoff will be to the left of Alex Leon. He's made 25 saves on 27 shots. 1 point, it was 17-1 shots on goal for the Bruins. Puck dumped in. Swayman helps it along for Jordan Harris. Now, puck sent up, missed the stick of Tanner Janot, and it will go for icing. Faceoff will come into the Bruins zone. To the right of Jeremy Swayman, Ryan McLeod will face off against Fraser Minton, and he lost it. Now, Yoki Haru will send it up the boards, and this one will go for. No, will not go for icing. Die in front of the red line. Oh, start the clock. So 12 minutes coming up. 12 minutes left here in the third period. picked up by the Sabres and will be rushed, but then stopping at the Zamboni, not the Zamboni, and now here comes David Pastrnak. Partial break, shot, blockered away by Alex Leon. Pastrnak sprung through there. Now here come the Sabres back the other way. Puck up in the air, taken down by Jack Quinn, sends it out in front, nobody there. Now here comes Morgan Geeky. Now Pastrnak, another partial break, working on Rasmus Dahlin, tried to toe drag, but unable to get through. Now a shot from Lohrei squeaked through everybody and goes just wide. Morgan Geeky on the board battle. Owen Power will break it up. Here come the Sabres. Jack Quinn sends it over and dumped in by Josh Doan. Back to the point, kept in, wrist shot, never got through. Now a wrist shot, gloved down by Swayman. He'll hold with 11:07 left here in the third period. Shots now 28-17 in favor of the Bruins. Ooh, good nugget there in this from my dad in the studio. Alex Leon, the former Yale Bulldog. So not lacking for brains, I'll tell you that. Puck in the Boston zone. Andrew Peeke goes off the boards. Nikita Zadorov up the wall, chipped down to the neutral zone. Left, and here comes Casey Middlestat. Middlestat wrists one on, blockered easily by Leon. Boston 29th shot of the night. Now puck Victor Arvidsson picks it up in his own zone. Goes to Zadorov. Zadorov over to Peeke. Peeke behind his own net. 10:22 left in the third period. Stretch pass. Picked off. Now here come the Sabres. Jason Zucker. Wrist shot. Took a deflection and scores. Deflected out in front. Swayman never saw it. And the Sabres get on the board. It's now 2-1. Jason Zucker first through the line. Let's see if who gets credit for it. It is Zucker. Wrist shot. And it hopped off the stick of Andrew Peeke. So bad break there for the Bruins. Nothing Swayman could do about that one. He had no idea where the puck was going. Now the puck will go into the Bruins bench. So 10:09 left, just over halfway left in the third period, and we got a new hockey game. Is 2-1 Bruins. Zucker drafted 59th overall by the Minnesota Wild. So 29-19 on the 19th shot. The Sabres get back in this thing. Face off won by the Sabres in the Bruins zone. Wrist shot goes well wide. Now a board battle here. McAvoy. He's going to go for a penalty. It's going to be tripping. And it's going to be the exact same penalty that he drew back in the first period. I believe it was a tripping call because I think he might have stuck his leg out. Yep. So 9:53, Bruins will go to the penalty kill, and Buffalo will have a real good chance to tie this up. Yeah, Swayman had nothing he could do on that one. That one got deflected way past where he was going. But yeah, Charlie can't take that penalty right there, especially considering that's the same penalty that he drew, and he knows it's coming. So, if I'm allowed, and I'll get into more depth of this Wednesday on the Game Time Voice Report, and you'll see it at the tail end of my vlog on Thursday. But the vlog that's coming out on Thursday, just to give you guys a preview, is me traveling for my first road trip of the year with my dad. Um, who, by the way, I'm gonna try to get more screen time in my vlogs coming up. So, Dad, I hope you're watching. I hope you got your voice ready because you will be getting some screen time in future vlogs for UMass Lowell vlogs. So get that personality that I know you got all warmed up and ready to go. But we took our first road trip to North Andover to watch the Riverhawks play the Warriors, and it left a little to be desired. Merrimack won 4-1, and it was not even close. So UMass Lowell is now 1-1, and will welcome in the defending national champions, Western Michigan Broncos, for two games next weekend, Friday and Saturday. And they lost to Ferris State. I don't know if there was a two-game set, but they did. So they're coming in with a little bit of perturbed. So the Bruins on the penalty kill. Buck over the far boards. Ryan McLeod walks in. Wrist shot goes over the net and comes out of the zone. And Rasmus Dahlin back for it. 120 left on the power play. 9:10 left in the period. Alex Tuck sends it around the boards. Jason Zucker, the goal scorer, gets it over to Darlene. Darlene over for Tuck. Tuck over to Thompson. Shot. Good save by Jeremy Swayman. Now puck picked up, and Andrew Peak will send it down on Alex Leon. That might count as a shot on goal. 50 seconds left on the power play. Now 40 seconds. 8:30 left in the period. Puck is cleared out of the zone. Back to get it is Josh Doan. He'll leave it for Owen Power. Power will skate it up. Send it over to Bowen Byram. But puck will be sent down the length of the ice. Good penalty kill here for the Bruins, which that clearing attempt from Andrew Peak was registered as a shot on goal. Puck now sent over. Pass in the middle. Just eludes Power. He got a nice pass there from Yuri Kurik. The Bruins will clear it out of the zone, and that will clear the penalty. So the Bruins kill that. Puck sent in, picked up there by Justin Danforth. He'll go back, but now David Pastrnak picks it up. Morgan Geekie will help it along. Geekie will go in. He'll work on Connor Timmins. Now Pastrnak will come back for it, but the pass is helped along. Pastrnak able to keep it in. Good play there. Now back for Mason Lohrei. Lohrei with a wrist shot took a deflection, ends up behind the net. Geekie backhands it out in front. Pastrnak got his stick tangled. Picked up here by Peyton Cribbs. Cribbs will stop up. He's in the midst of a line change. Rasmus Dahlin back for it. Dahlin will send it over. Ryan McLeod with speed. Good play there by Casey Middlestad. Puck back into the zone. Rasmus Dahlin. He's under pressure here from, I believe that's Morgan Geekie. No, it's Pavel Zacha. Matthias Samuelson. He'll leave for Alex Tuck. Samuelson fires it around the boards. Puck will be picked up by Casey Middlestad. He'll send it around. Jordan Harris will send it in the middle. And Victor Arvidsson tried to help it along, but Dahlin will backhand it forward. Now Casey Middlestad over the middle. Arvidsson with a blast goes just wide. Now Peak with a one-timer. That might have hit the blocker. Now Arvidsson again. It's a shooting gallery right now on the Buffalo end. Again, nothing hitting the net, but the backboards is getting a workout. Dahlin back behind his net. Coming up on 6 minutes left here in the third period. Bruins with the 2-1 lead. Pavel Zacha and Mark Kaslik with the goals to make it 2-0. But Jason Zucker here in the third period off deflection from Andrew Peak got it to 2-1, and that's where we are. Now the puck picked up. Here comes Fraser Minton. Minton will send it around the boards. Only person there is Tage Thompson for the Sabres. He'll back one hand, one out. Now the puck over to this hits off the boards in front of the Sabres bench. Puck picked up here, bringing in Josh Doan. Doan over to Tage Thompson. Thompson lets a wrist shot go, saved by Swayman. Doesn't know where it is. It's in his equipment, and he'll hold with 5:32 left here in the third period. And nope, nope, my mistake, my mistake. No goal, no goal, but a shot on the net. So 5:32 shots are 30-21 in favor of the Bruins, and so is the score 2-1 in the third period as you are watching Bruins hockey here on the Game Time Voice Report. We have hit 47 views on this live stream. Thank you to everybody who has joined us just for a moment and to my two concurrent viewers who are still watching. Appreciate you guys. And for those of you who are watching, just a reminder, I will be back at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for Patriots versus Saints. The Who Dat Nation versus the Do Your Job Brigade. So we will be live streaming the Patriots Saints game right here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Uh, we will be live streaming my commentary of that game. I will not be live streaming the game because that would be illegal. And I want to get on YouTube's good side as best I can. Although I did have a segment on the most recent Game Time Voice Report. If you would have noticed on the latest Game Time Voice Report, there was no wackiest of the week. That's because it was copyrighted by the NFL, and I want to make sure that I am compliant. So I had to cut that out. So that is why there was no Game Time, no wackiest of the week on the Game Time Voice Report. Yes, the NFL is watching. So 5:32 left. Bruins up 2-1. Ahead in shots 30-21. So Jeremy Swayman with 20 saves on the night. And the faceoff will be to his right. It will be between Elias Lindholm and Peyton Krebs. And Lindholm will win the draw. Mason Lohrei in a battle. He'll get it up the boards. Picked up by Pastrnak. Over to Lindholm. Lindholm streaking up the middle. Puck hopped off his stick, however. And now the Sabres will look for it the other way. Peyton Krebs. Backhanded in deep. Charlie McAvoy there for the Bruins. Got a cut up in the referee's skates, and now McAvoy in a little bit of a wrestling match, but he will disengage as we've hit the final 5 minutes. And offsides called here against the Sabres. And now we got some rough stuff happening. We have a dog pile. And Morgan Geeky really giving it to Matthias Samuelsson. The referee trying to sort it all out. Let's see. McAvoy had the stick chopped off his stick and then took it out on Peyton Krebs. And Justin Danforth came over to register a complaint. And then Krebs got into it with Mason Lohrei, and that's what drawed the crowd. Well, boys will be boys, as Vince Scully said. Sabres have 30 hits in the game to the Bruins 22. All that's well and good, but you're still down 2-1 on the scoreboard with 4:55 left. Faceoff will come out to center ice, and it'll be won by the Bruins. Peak over to Zadorov. Zadorov, Konstantinov. Now Peak back for it. He'll send it off the boards, and this will go for an icing with 4:43 left here in the third period. Jeremy Swayman in the two games so far this year has looked like the guy they wanted to pay $8 million for. Face off to his right. Kicked along and won by the Bruins. Off glass, it will come out. Byram in a battle with Corrali in front of the penalty bench. Now the puck back in. Peak will hop it out again. Took a funny hop, but no icing here as Byram, it hopped over his stick, so he was able to make a play on it. Yep, this has been an example of old time hockey at its best, and the Sabres are offsides again. So we have hit 48. Come on, let's see if we can get some more people in here. Let's see if we can get this to 50 views. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me as we are just crossed 9:30 here on the East Coast. 4:17 left in the third period. Face off won by the Bruins. Charlie McAvoy goes up to Casey Middlestad, who will send it in deep. Actually, excuse me, it was Michael Eisenman who helped it along. Buffalo breaks out. As we come up on 4 minutes left here in the third period, Bruins nursing a 2-1 lead. Pavel Zacha and Mark Kastelic with the goals for the Bruins. Jason Zucker, the lone tally for the Sabres. Wrist shot from the point, blocked down in front. Darren Janot will get it out of the zone, but it will be picked up by the Sabres. Josh Doan will skate it in. Doan will backhand it behind the net. Over there is Tyson Kozak. Now a shot never got through. Hops over the stick. Tage Thompson back for it. Now puck sent in is icing, delayed icing here, so the Sabres will have to tag up. Charlie McAvoy over to Casey Middlestad. Middlestad finds Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson will send it in. Byron back for the Sabres. Battling with Pavel Zacha. Arvidsson back comes over for support. Now Zacha puck took a bounce and then ended up hitting the side of the net of Lyon. Now Zacha will get it in deep. Bruins will head off for a line change. 2:45 left here. See when the Sabres decide to pull their goalie. Pastrnak backhands it, but not out. Kept in. Now a shot goes through the crease of Swayman. Now another one hits the door off and almost goes into the net. McAvoy back for it. Lindholm. Stick buried, but no call here. Good play by Sidorov. Lindholm will get it out. Takes an elbow, and now we got a high stick with 2:10 left. And Peyton Krebs comes out of a pile. The Sabres player comes out of a pile with a stick snapped in two, looks at the official and goes, now this doesn't happen by itself, now does it? So Jordan Harris, Andrew Peak, and Charlie McAvoy with the assists on the goals. So Jordan Harrison's first game of the season, the Haverhill Mass native, has a point. Alex Leone is at the hash marks in between the circle. Faceoff is in the neutral zone at the faceoff dot in front of the penalty bench. 2:10 left. Faceoff. Controlled by Pastrnak. Pastrnak will get it in deep. He'll go and get it against Bowen Byram. Now the puck sent up and dumped in. There goes Leon. Empty net for the Sabres with 1:55 left. Wrist shot. Hit the pile in front. Pastrnak will send it back for McAvoy. McAvoy will send it over to Morgan Geekie. Geekie over to Lindholm. Lindholm had it poked off his stick at the last minute. Now McAvoy has it hop off his stick. He'll try to send it in, blocked in front. Buffalo, with the net empty, remains in the game with 1:30 or less than in the game. Now puck sent in deep. Pastrnak back for it. Up the boards, kept in by Tage Thompson. Wrist shot, took a deflection, popped up in the air. Swayman made the initial sub. Now pass sent up. Pastrnak tried to guide it in, but went wide. Now Pastrnak, now we send it wide. Working Geekie with a backhand. That hits the pile. Geekie trying to get it up. Now here comes Tage Thompson. Couldn't find the puck. Now it finds it in front of him. Thompson backhands it behind. Under a minute left here. Bruins have had some chances to ice it. Wrist shot. Hits Lindholm in front. Tage Thompson on the far wall. Skates it in. Shot. Saved by Swayman. Zacha chips it out. Under 40 seconds left. Lindholm will send it down towards the empty net, but cleared off the line by Ryan McLeod. Under 30 seconds. McLeod dumps it in. Swayman tried to stop it. Could not. Sabres up to 23 shots. Puck behind the net. Krebins. Pass out in front. And I don't know where it is, but it will come out with C. I can't. 11 seconds left. It's 11.1, but it's 11 seconds. My score bug that I have, yes, the old composite sticks. And we have, thank you to everybody. Just at the last minute, I have 2 people currently watching right now, but we have hit 50 views on the video. Thank you guys so much for that. Appreciate it. And I will be doing more Bruins ones, so you can be sure of that. So 11 seconds left. Bruins have had like 5 chances to put this in the empty net, but they have not out of the woods. Save of the game presented by TD Bank. Jeremy Swayman with a sprawling save against Peyton Krebins in the earlier period. Just got the heel of his glove on it. He's got 22 saves tonight on 23 shots. That, folks, is the number one goalie that the Bruins were looking for last year when they signed him to that big contract. Bruins are ahead in the faceoff dot, up 31-23 in the faceoff dot. 11 seconds left. 6 attackers on for the Sabres. Faceoff is to the right of Swayman. Elias Lindholm in and unable to win the draw, but puck comes out. Kaslik will get it up the boards. Elias Lindholm puts it to the middle, and Sean Corrali. Welcome back, kid. 3-1 the score, and the Bruins now can celebrate. With 2.2 seconds left, the Bruins can celebrate and Buffalo can head to the buses. So Sean Corrali with his first goal back in the black and gold for the Bruins. Bruins will get out of here with a 3-1 victory and remain perfect on the season. Face-off will be at center ice. Fraser Minton against Justin Danforth. Puck is dropped, and that will do it. Bruins win 3-1. Jeremy Swayman, 23 saves on 24 shots. Actually, no, 22 saves on 23 shots. Pavel Zacha, Mark Kaslik, and Sean Corrali with the empty netter. Jason Zucker, the lone goal for the Sabres. But the Bruins, they will go to 3-0 on the season, and the Sabres will drop to 0-2 on the season. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining us here for this live stream. Want to thank you guys as always for your contributions. We hit 50 views on this live stream. It was awesome. I'm going to say goodnight for now. Again, your final score Bruins 3, Sabres 1. This has been a presentation of Bruins hockey here on the Game Time